So this week I want to show you my absolute new productivity hack with ChatGPT using my voice. My name is Dax. I'm the CEO and co-founder of FOMO.ai, where we're building AI marketing teams. If you're interested, check out FOMO.ai. But I'm currently using for this demo ChatGPT app on my Mac desktop. Usually when I do what I'm going to show you, I do it on my cell phone, and it's the same idea, right? It's just the ChatGPT app on there. If you need a video for that, just leave a note in the comments and I will do that for you. Same sort of scenario here. Now, you will notice we have a couple of models of ChatGPT we can use. By default, I'm always leaving it on 4.0 at the moment. You will see we have the option to upload a file. I'm going to show you something cool with your voice there in a second. Then you have two little icons here. The one on the left is you can press so that you can do voice to text. So it's really just like typing into this. On the right-hand side is something different, right? This is the advanced voice capabilities of ChatGPT. Now, when I do what I'm going to show you, which is essentially have a stream of consciousness given to ChatGPT, typically when I'm out for a walk, when I'm exercising, when I'm in the car, I will say to ChatGPT, I'm going to just tell you lots of things. I don't need you to acknowledge. I don't need you to give me replies. I just want you to take note of that until I'm done, and then we'll figure out what to do with it. So I'm going to give you a very short demo of one of those conversations I had just recently. Obviously not the whole thing because I was out walking for an hour, but I took a few bullets that I said about how that conversation went. And I'm going to repeat that now so you can see how to do this to do task logging, writing articles, creating videos, all sorts of crazy things. So let's jump in and try that. Hi, ChatGPT.
Hey, how's it going?
Great. So here's what I need you to do. I'm going to give you a stream of consciousness. I don't need you to acknowledge me. I don't want replies at this time. All I want to do is for you to keep listening, pay attention to what I'm saying, and then at the end of it, we'll sort through what I gave you. Does that work?
Got it. I'm ready whenever you are. Just go ahead.
Okay, excellent. So let's start with all of these to-do items that are just going through my head at the moment. I need to create a video about ChatGPT and how I can use voice. I know I have some client contracts sitting in my inbox that I need to address. I'm sure I'll think of more to-dos in a minute. I also have this idea, though, for a new piece of content that I want to write. I've been talking to a lot of brands recently, and a couple of them told me they're down 15% in one case and 18.5% in another on their organic traffic, but their search rankings are the same. To me, I think that's because AI overviews are holding on to the individual, right? They don't want to let it go. So I want to write a piece of content around that. Not quite sure how to structure it. I know that I want to include those statistics I gave you. I don't want to mention the brand names. People often ask me, why would Google do this? Surely this is going to hurt their AdWords revenue, etc. I believe it's because they really have to. ChatGPT and others have retrained people to want to have a conversation with somebody. They don't just want to search some random keywords and then start clicking on links. So I don't think they have a choice. I also think that this idea of who's going to be our last great AI companion for the rest of our lives is probably the last tech war that really matters, and that's going to be between Google and Apple, because it's going to come down on, Android versus iOS levels. And so I think Google probably don't want to give up the short-term revenue, but they know the game that they're in long-term. Oh, I remembered a couple more to-dos as well. Felicity sent me her college essay, so I know I need to do that. I know I need to book a hotel for Palm Springs, so I need to research it. So back to the article. I think that's probably the main point. I think the other thing that's retraining people soon will be the arrival of Search GPT. I know my wife's primary search engine today is TikTok, so the reduction in clicks is not just about AI overviews, but is also finally breaking that monopoly Google has. It used to be the homepage, right, for all of our websites, and now it's not. ChatGPT, I think that's everything I need to tell you right now. Okay, it's actually doing as I told it and not giving me a response. Okay, so if we click back, or you could do this on the app, then here it is, and it took that stream of consciousness. So let's focus on the article I wanted to write. Give me an outline. Okay, and so it's going to listen to what it gave me, and it's going to create the outline, right? Great. You could go out for your walk, you could ramble for as long as you want to, and it's going to ingest all of that and write the article outline for you. So I'm going to stop that for the time being, and then just to show that it captured all the to-dos as I jump back and forth, write me my to-do list. There you go, and it did categorization. So you can do that very, very easily through the app, through the desktop. I absolutely love it. Now let me show you, for those of you who really want to dive into this, a couple of other ways you can use it. So I'm going to go to Upload File. I'm going to pick something particularly long-winded and difficult. Weirdly, my degree was evolutionary genetics, and Darwin's Origin of Species. I was always meant to have read it. I'm sure I probably said I did. I never did back in college. So I'm going to give it that document, and we're going to go back to voice, and I'm going to show you how it can really help you rip through a lot of information in a very simple way. Hey ChatGPT, can you help me with the document I just gave you, please?
Of course. How would you like me to help with the document?
Well, it's very long. I never read it. Can you give me a quick summary first, please?
Sure. Here's a quiz based on the Origin of Species by Charles Darwin. Let's keep it engaging. Quiz, understanding Darwin's On the Origin of Species. 1. What is the full title of Darwin's work? A. The Origin of Natural Selection. B. On the Origin of Species by...
So I'm going to interrupt you there. I love the quiz idea. We might want to do that later. Can you first give me a quick overview of what the piece of, what the article, what the book is about?
Absolutely. On the Origin of Species by Charles Darwin is a groundbreaking work that introduced the theory of evolution by natural selection. Here's
Now I'm going to
quick
interrupt
overview.
ChatGPT here
Darwin
because I want to show
argues
you a
that
few
all
other things.
species of life.
That's great, thank you. I find that I learn best if I have custom mnemonics. Can you pick one of the chapters, please? Let's go with chapter 2, let's say, and create me a custom mnemonic to help me learn the information that's in there and then help me learn by repetition. ChatGPT, can you hear me? Oh, maybe we broke ChatGPT. Let's try again. ChatGPT, can you hear me? Let's try that again. Nothing like a live demo. ChatGPT, can you pick chapter 2 in the book, please, and write me a custom mnemonic to help me learn what's in there?
Chapter 2 of On the Origin of Species, titled Variation Under Nature, discusses the variability found in natural species in contrast to domesticated species. Here's a mnemonic to help you remember the key points of this chapter. Very intriguing cats spread stories regularly. Variability. Natural species show inherent variability, just like domesticated species.
Okay, and I'm going to interrupt it there. So if you have a look, then here is that mnemonic, right? That idea of you have a word and each letter means something, and it's written that out for me. Chances are that probably is unique. I've tried these mnemonics for a number of things before, and this works particularly well. Highly recommend you get into the habit daily of starting to have these conversations with ChatGPT. It's like having a full-time assistant who can really take what's in your head and help you get that structured. You can also ask ChatGPT to ask you questions, give you feedback, Really great way to get what's inside your head out. I once read a really great idea that if you're like me, where you sort of run all day and you don't really give yourself much of a chance to stop and think, you get to sort of time for bed, and then all of a sudden your brain has that moment and wants to start hitting you with all the things it wanted to hit you with earlier. There's this idea of like a worry 10 minutes, right? Where you just sit down quietly and you worry about all those things, or you acknowledge that your brain wants to worry about all those things. This actually is probably a more productive way of doing it, right? So you could say to ChatGPT, I need to have my worry 10 minutes. I need to get everything out of my head so that I can sleep better. I'm going to tell you what I've been thinking about. I need you to help me by asking questions, and I need you to keep a log of everything, and then we'll come and look at it tomorrow. Really sort of great way to relax. Do check out the other videos on the FOMO.ai YouTube channel. Check out FOMO.ai if you're interested in AI marketing teams. We're already working with great brands like Noom.com, Minted.com, and many more. And we can plug an AI marketing team into your business.